Hasna Hitaj, Albania.
Lesliana, Guardano, Angola.
Taqqiyah Francis, Antigua and Barbuda.
Aleksandra, Muñoz, Argentina.
Okereke, Armenia.
Dianne, Aruba.
Adele, Lechner, Austria.
Tegan, Landry, Australia.
Bradshaw, Barbados.
Melanie, Delmelle, Belgium. Rosa, Bolivia. Dianne, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Theta Volanta, Botswana.
Clara, Brazil.
Artisa Richards, British Virgin Islands. Muñoz, Bulgaria.
Sapiha, Cambodia.
Belarus, Canada.
Bethia Tibbets, Cayman Islands.
Chile.
Luo Zhao,
China.
Andrea Musetta, Colombia.
Sofía Rivas Malave, Costa Rica.
Milda Yamala, Côte d'Ivoire.
Debra Romova, Croatia.
Celia Lam, Cuba.
Ashanti Ibrahim, Curacao.
Aphrodite Mainz, Cyprus.
Sofia Mechkova, Czech Republic. Esther Vietel, Denmark.
Stephanie Morales, Dominican Republic.
Nadia Grace Mejia, Ecuador.
Nefertamol, Eden.
Luis Benitez, El Salvador.
Lisa Zappa, Finland. Michel Médard, France.
Shana Dibouvi, Gabon.
Marlena Pova, Georgia.
Agatha Gassi, Germany. Martina Dancer, Ghana.
Anya Dowding Hale, Great Britain. Evangelina Ravani, Greece.
Karen Cerquera, Guatemala.
Glafira du Rocher, Haïti.
Lorena Savilla, Honduras.
Barbara Pavlovic, Hungary.
Catherine Edwardsdottir, Iceland.
Rita Faria, India.
Kezia Devi, Indonesia.
Fitz Iran.
Michelle Knab, Ireland.
Isabella Gentilini, Italy.
Michelle Hayes, Jamaica.
Ayako Hara, Japan.
Grace Bogawa, Kenya.
Magnolia Regia, Kosovo.
Taqqiyah, Laos.
Olympia Putin, Latvia. Adeline Zaytown, Lebanon.
Vika Yasemskian, Lithuania.
Salman Magar, Mad Aisia. Victoria Mendoza, México.
Samson Opereshkin, Mongolia.
Yomi Zaidi, Morocco.
Ichezovzurita,
Myanmar.
Chia Clark, Namibia.
Erki, Nepal.
Mergeline Hollenberg, Netherlands.
Valentina Loro, Nicaragua.
Emmanuel Puna, Nigeria.
Maida Siddiqui, Pakistan.
Verónica Delgado, Panamá. Cristina Paredes, Paraguay. Lisette de la Torre, Perú.
Carlene Aguilar, Philippines.
Graciela Salvador, Puerto Rico.
Delia Bojo, Romania. Rongo Maiwenua Multi-Away Appeal, Samoa.
Elisa Carvalho, San Marino,
Cassandra Tan, Singapore.
Loreto Chavez, South Africa. Kim Beyoje, South Korea.
Andrea Miras, Spain.
Camelia de Silva, Sri Lanka. Charlotte Guanet, Suriname.
Jessica Fields, Sweden.
Lilangi, Switzerland. Sheila Bwari, Tanzania.
Cantida Jones, Thailand.
Anna Topa, Tonga.
Rachel Garrett, Trinidad and Tobago.
Nihan Akkuş, Türkiye. Charlene Johansson, Turks and Caicos.
Olvexas de Fuenco, Ukraine. Marisol Marrero, Uruguay.
Vania Grant, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Tacy and Cooper, USA.
Zarina Abdrakhimov, Uzbekistan.
Mariana Gutierrez, Venezuela.
Tống Hiếu Hạnh, Việt Nam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the preliminary competition of Miss Sim Universe 2024. Your hosts, Ini Okereke and Europa Esposito.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Naples. It's a pleasure for us to be here with all of you tonight. My name is Ini Okereke, and with me tonight, my partner, an Italian icon, Miss Europa Esposito. Welcome, Europa.
Thank you so much, Ini. Welcome to my home. You look beautiful, my dear. Good evening, Naples, Italy Universe. It's a pleasure for us to presenting tonight to our 100 beautiful girls parading in their beautiful evening gowns. But before to see them, let us introduce our judges panel. Starting with Sibas Cordelino, Mississologist son.
Yaritza Navarrete, international influencer and beauty queen.
Nadia Rodriguez, Miss Sim Universe 2022.
Nevin Kondoki, young French fashion designer.
Derek Chopra, Mr. Sim Universe 2014.
Anastasia Reshitova, model and Mississologist son.
Monica Bellucci, international Hollywood actress.
And closing the jury panel, Fercho Simmer, the Miss Sim Universe director. Welcome, Fair.
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. They will evaluate to our 100 delegates. And with their scores, we will know the top 15 in the final night.
But well, Miss Europa, it's time to see our beautiful girls. Are you ready to witness the beauty, glamour, magic, and too much glitter? This is the preliminary competition 2024. Let's start. Albania, Hasna Hitaj. She's 22 years old and she's from Valona. Hasna is an Albanian girl who moved to work and study in Italy at the age of 14. Today she lives in Parma and works as a nurse in a primary clinic. Her dream is to become head of department and take care of as many sick people as possible. Albania.
Angola, Lesliana. She's 22 years old and she's from Lubango. Lesliana was born in a very poor part of the city of Lubango and was the 7th of 9 children. At the age of 2, she was adopted and now lives in the north of Portugal with her adoptive family. She is currently studying to become a nurse because she feels that helping others is a vocation for her, but her greatest passion is painting. Angola,
Antigua and Barbuda. Taqqiyah Francis. She's 23 years old, and she's from Bolivia. She loves about fashion show. Her dream is become a fashion designer. At the moment, she studied but to work as a model, and before, she worked on a mall. She is a swimmer and she swims since little child. One of her dreams is to compete at Olympic Games. Antigua and Barbuda.
Argentina. Aleksandra Muñoz. She's 21 years old and she's from Catamarca. Since she was 10 years old, Aleksandra has been dedicated to recycling to contribute her grain of sand to the environment. She has combined her studies in industrial textile design to create sustainable garments. Argentina.
Armenia. Lilit Hovhannisyan. She's 26 years old and she's from Yerevan. Lilit is a multifaceted individual with a deep appreciation for Armenia's cultural heritage. She is an active member of several literary circles, where she organizes discussions and workshops focused on the works of prominent Armenian authors and poets. Armenia.
Aruba. Dianne. She's 23 years old and she's from Parador. Dianne is a very sociable and easygoing girl. As a teenager, she was a rebel, and her lifestyle is always live life as if it were your last day. Extremely vital and energetic, her greatest passion is to travel and see all the places on the globe. Aruba.
Australia. Tegan Landry. She's 20 years old and she's from Perth. She loves outdoor activities like hiking, surfing, and exploring nature. She works as a marine biologist, focusing on ocean conservation. She's studying for a master's degree in environmental science, specializing in coral reef ecosystems. Australia.
Austria. Adele Lechner. She's 21 years old and she's from Melk. Adele describes herself as both a jock and a nerd. She is always fascinated by the intersection of technology and art, and she often explores innovative ways to merge the two. She once designed a tennis-themed video game as a personal project. Austria.
Barbados. Chanel Bradshaw. She's 22 years old, and she's from St. Joseph, Bathsheba. She is a talented painter who creates colorful and intricate works of art inspired by the lush landscapes and vibrant colors of Barbados. She spends much of her time in her studio overlooking the breathtaking coastline of Bathsheba, where she finds inspiration and peace. Barbados.
Belgium. Melanie Delmelle. She's 22 years old and she's from Anversa. Melanie loves writing poetry and immersing herself in music. In Belgium, she is a very successful cellist. When she was little, she was bullied because of her shyness and was always marginalized. The violin saved her. Today, he would like to create a communication network to be able to help all kids who suffer bullying. Belgium.
Albania. Angola. Antigua and Barbuda. Argentina. Armenia. Aruba. Australia. Austria. Barbados. And Belgium. Bolivia. Rosa. She's 22 years old and she's from Puerto Suarez. She enjoys reading Latin American literature. Her favorites authors are Mario Vargas Llosa, Ernesto Sabato, and Oscar Alfaro. She is a student of education and hopes to contribute to improving the quality of education in her country. Bolivia.
Bosnia and Herzegovina. Daniela Rachamovic. She's 20 years old and she's from Banja Luka. Daniela is a very independent girl. At the age of 15, she was noticed by a talent scout, and from there her modeling career began, and this profession gave her the opportunity to travel and walk the most prestigious catwalks. Today she lives in Milan, divides her time between modeling work, her career as a student at DAMS, and her second profession, that of an influencer. In her videos, Daniela talks to women. Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Botswana. Theta Belanta. She's 24 years old and she's from Francistown. She is a journalist in her country, despite the economic circumstances. Thanks to her mother, she had gotten ahead, and today she is a professional. Without a doubt, women are multifaceted, and her mother is an example to follow for her. Botswana.
Brazil. Clara Pinto. She's 22 years old, and she's from Rio de Janeiro. She loves to meet the new cultures, and she wants to travel all states from Brazil. She is a geography and history teacher, and I teach kids and teenagers. Clara studied master's degree politics. In a curious facts about Brazil, she entered at college at 16 years old. Brazil. Bulgaria. Nina Petrova. She's 20 years old and she's from Ruse. Nina works as a professional model as a meant to pay for her education related to her biggest passion of photography. She hopes one day to be an important photographer. 1 year ago, she spent too much money to buy a new professional camera, and she was forced to work as both a model and waitress for the whole summer. She never regretted her choice. Bulgaria.
British Virgin Islands. Atisa Richards. She's 23 years old, and she's from Spanish Town. With a passion for sustainable design, Atisa is dedicated to creating architectural solutions that respect the environment and value local cultural traditions. In her spare time, she enjoys practicing yoga and exploring the natural landscapes of the British Virgin Islands, capturing their beauty through photography. British Virgin Islands. Cambodia. Sapi Hung. She's 22 years old and she's from Phnom Penh. Sapi Hung is a vibrant and creative 22-year-old from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, known for her passion for photography and adventure travel. As a freelance photographer and content creator, Sapi collaborates with various organizations to produce visual content that promotes tourism and addresses cultural and environmental issues. Cambodia.
Canada. Bella Rose. She's 20 years old and she's from Montreal. She has a passion for fashion, enjoys attending fashion shows, and loves discovering new trends. She is a professional model, working with top designers and brands in the fashion industry. She is studying fashion design to deepen her understanding of the industry and to eventually create her own clothing line. Canada.
Cayman Islands. Bethia Tibbetts. She's 20 years old and she's from East End. She works as an international model, studies fashion and design in Italy, and in her free time she likes to cook and travel. Cayman Islands.
Chile. Lisbeth Salveto. She's 22 years old and she's from Biobio. She is interested in gastronomy, and especially in the area of nutrition and healthy eating, physical activity for personal care, and exploring societies to learn about their ways of life. Chile. Bolivia. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Botswana. Brazil. British Virgin Islands. Bulgaria. Cambodia. Canada. Cayman Islands. And Chile.
China. Luo Zhang. She's 24 years old and she's from Shanghai. Luo Zhang's family heritage is to paint something that represents her within. She painted a sea and a dragon. She says that it represents her in that she is a strong woman, but is calm and adaptable like water. China.
Colombia. Andrea Nocheco. She's 21 years old and she's from Arauca. Andrea has a passion for traditional Colombian music and dance, particularly the joropo, a genre deeply rooted in the culture of Arauca. She enjoys spending her time learning and performing these dances at local festivals. Additionally, Andrea has a strong affinity for animals. Colombia.
Costa Rica. Sofia Rivas Malave. She's 21 years old and she's from Limon. She likes to read a lot about nature conservation, the conservation of fauna and flora, and she likes to be an environmental manager and help protect the ecosystems of Costa Rica. She is a natural sciences teacher. Costa Rica.
Côte d'Ivoire. Dianne. She's 20 years old and she's from Yamoussoukro. Diamala is a dedicated law student with a passion for justice. She hopes to use her future career to promote social equity in her country. She also dedicates her time to volunteering on education projects for girls in her country. Côte d'Ivoire.
Croatia. Deborah Romola. She's 23 years old and she's from Zagreb. She loves to acting, dance and modeling. Croatia.
Cuba. Celia Lager. She's 25 years old and she's from Guantanamo. She leads a project aimed at combating sexual harassment, striving to promote gender equality and respect for women. Celia is passionate about environmental preservation and uses her platform to raise awareness of ecological issues in Cuba. Cuba.
Curacao. Ashanta Aphrodite's Bloom. She's 23 years old and she's from Soto. Ashanta is a synchronized swimming champion. She won a silver medal in this discipline at the 2022 Tokyo Olympics. Today Ashanta lives in Willemstad, works as a policewoman and studies veterinary medicine. Curacao.
Cyprus. Aphrodite Minas. She's 20 years old and she's from Nicosia. She loves to communicate. Her dream is to become a journalist. She is a model and I work sometimes as host for events. And she is a journalism student. As a curious fact about her, she is a beauty queen and she was Miss Sim Cyprus World. Cyprus.
Czech Republic. Sofia Bichkova. She's 24 years old and she's from Prague. She likes to dance, poetry, and watching the sunsets. She studies marine biology, she likes to swim, and her favorite animal is the dolphin. She is an ecological activist, and she wants to protect the marine life. Czech Republic.
Denmark. Esther Vertanen. She's 20 years old and she's from Copenhagen. Esther is currently an education student. She dreams of becoming a chemistry professor in order to open more doors to women in the sciences. Denmark.
China. Colombia. Costa Rica. Côte d'Ivoire. Croatia. Cuba. Curacao. Cyprus. Czech Republic. And Denmark. Dominican Republic. Stephanie Morales. She's 24 years old and she's from Santo Domingo. Stephanie Morales is a vibrant beauty queen from Dominican Republic with a deep passion for acting and working with children. Her roles in local theater and commitment to youth programs highlight her dedication to both the arts and community health. Dominican Republic.
Ecuador. Nadia Grace Mejia. She's 26 years old and she's from Carchi. Nadia is a pop music singer and international model. She has been modeling since the age of 13 on the most important catwalk fashions in the world. She goes on musical tours with her band. She is a superstar. Ecuador.
Egypt. Nefra Kamal. She's 26 years old and she's from Alexandria. Nefra is an Egyptian woman with a deep fascination for ancient Egyptian history and archaeology. She spends much of her time studying ancient artifacts, exploring archaeological sites, and learning about hieroglyphics and ancient Egyptian culture. Egypt.
El Salvador. Iris Benitez. She's 24 years old and she's from Lourdes. She loves experimenting with new recipes and flavors, and has a deep passion for helping others through her culinary skills. She is a chef, known for her innovative dishes that blend traditional Salvadoran flavors with modern techniques. El Salvador.
Finland. Lisa Chapel. She's 25 years old and she's from Helsinki. She is a figure skater. Finland.
France. Michelle Menard. She's 24 years old and she's from Paris. Michelle Menard is a talented scientist from Paris. She played a significant role in the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, serving as an ambassador for science and sports. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Michelle actively contributed to the vaccine campaign and development, demonstrating her commitment to public health. France.
Gabon, Chana de Bourville. She's 29 years old, and she's from Libreville. She enjoys traveling and getting to know other places and new cultures. Graduated in business administration, she has lived in 2 countries, South Africa and Gabon. Before being invited to represent to Gabon, she was in South Africa being the CEO of a large multinational. Gabon.
Georgia, Marlena Popova. She's 26 years old and she's from Tiflis. She is a fashion stylist and animal lover. Georgia.
Germany, Agathe Gasson. She's 24 years old and she's from Berlin. Agathe Gasson is a distinguished model and fashion influencer from Berlin, known for her work in the fashion industry and her commitment to social causes. She actively supports initiatives related to refugee aid and environmental sustainability. Germany.
Ghana, Martina Dancing. She's 23 years old and she's from Tamale. Martina is a local celebrity and influencer in Ghana. She is a host and presenter in a local daytime show. She is also an activist against domestic violence after having seen what her mom went through with her family. She wants to uplift and empower women of Ghana to be able to stand up for themselves. Ghana. Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, Finland, France, Gabon, Georgia, Germany, and Ghana.
Great Britain. Anya Bodin-Hadid. She's 23 years old and she's from Leicester. She loved chemistry, and I'm always in laboratories discovering new formulas to make women more and more beautiful. She currently works in the aesthetics industry and have a degree in chemistry. A curious fact about her is that during an experiment, she almost lost my eyelashes due to an explosion. Great Britain.
Greece, Evangeline Arabana. She's 22 years old and she's from Chandax. Eva is a dynamic and artistic young woman who seamlessly merges her love for fashion with her academic interests. With a striking presence and a deep curiosity for the world, she is constantly exploring new ways to express herself creatively, both through her modeling career and her artistic endeavors. She's studying cultural studies with a focus on visual arts at the University of Athens. Greece.
Guatemala, Karen Surfer Santiago. She's 26 years old, and she's from Tegucigalpa. She likes to upload content to her social networks about social causes in her country. She is a business administrator in the mayor's office of her city. She likes to add spice to all her meals. Guatemala.
Haiti, Glaffer de Rocha. She's 24 years old, and she's from Port-au-Prince. Glafera started surfing to hide her suffering and became a champion. In addition to surfing, he loves cars and motorbikes, especially his own with which he toured much of South America on adventures. By participating in Miss Sim Universe, she wants to win a challenge with herself, so that she can erase her past of bullying and be able to proudly say that she is a woman aware of her femininity. Haiti.
Honduras, Lorena Savilla. She's 19 years old, and she's from Cologne. She studies systems engineering, she loved technology, she thinks it is important to stay up to date with the world's advances. Since she was 10 years old, she read everything related to her career, and thanks to them she have a Medal of Honor from her university. In her free time she loves to swimming and reading books. Honduras.
Hungary, Barbara Pavlovich. She's 22 years old and she's from Budapest. She is a remarkable young woman born in Budapest, Hungary. With a striking presence and natural elegance, Barbara has captured attention not only for her beauty, but also for her charisma. Her charm goes beyond her appearance, as she combines sharp intelligence with a deep passion for art and culture. Hungary.
Iceland, Katrin Elvarsdóttir. She's 20 years old and she's from Garabin. Katrin is a lively and very sunny girl who lives with her family in a small Icelandic town. She currently works in the family restaurant as a waitress, but studies dentistry at university to become a dentist. Passionate about tennis, she is a champion in her country, winning many national championships. Iceland.
India. Reda Faria. She's 21 years old and she's from Varanasi. Reda is a studious girl with a head on her shoulders. Reda is a convinced feminist and has decided to work with sacrifice to become a career woman. He has been studying medicine in Holland for a couple of years at the University of Amsterdam to fulfill his dream of becoming a maxillofacial surgeon. India.
Indonesia. Kezia Devi. She's 23 years old and she's from Timika. She is currently enrolled in the science degree in her local university in hopes of becoming a biologist, as she is in awe of the life on our planet. She also loves making paint portraits of her adventures, as she goes to many environments to not only study life, but enjoy the views of her nation. Indonesia.
Iran. Samira Bazorji. She's 22 years old and she's from Tehran. Zamira comes from a nomadic family who after a long time managed to settle in a small town. While Zamira was studying, she was discovered by a merchant who saw in her potential for modeling. Thanks to this, Zamira managed to make a small career and managed to move her family to the city. Today, Zamira and other people make YouTube channels for nomadic families to help people learn about this life and earn an income. Iran.
Great Britain, Greece, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Hungary, Iceland, India, Indonesia, and Iran. Ireland, Michelle McNabb. She's 22 years old and she's from Athlone. Michelle is a lawyer and international model. She runs a famous makeup brand in Europe. She loves traveling around the world. She also loves reading and singing. She launched a book of poetry when she was 16 years old. Her ultimate dream is to visit every single country in the world. Ireland.
Italy. Isabella Gentile. She's 20 years old and she's from Venezia. Isabella born and raised in the enchanting city of Venice. She studied in communication sciences while working as a model. Her dream is to become famous like Sophia Loren, and I'm determined to make that dream a reality. I consider myself a perfectionist and a determined individual. She is the first Miss Simitalia with blonde hair and the very first one with short hair. Is very proud to breaking stereotypes and setting new trends. Italy. La mia bellissima regina sarà il secondo Missimo Universo. This is for sure.
Jamaica. Michelle Haynes. She's 25 years old and she's from Spanish Town. She works in a circus to pay for her design studies and be able to realize her dream of opening a jewelry brand designed by her. Michelle is married and has a 6-year-old daughter, so she participates in Miss Sim Universe to teach her daughter that a woman does not end with marriage and above all becomes stronger and more determined when she becomes a mother. Jamaica.
Japan. Ayako Hara. She's 23 years old and she's from Tokyo. She loves to dance. Since I was a little child, I have danced at ballet school in Nagoya. And I love Thai food. One day I'll learn to cook. Right now she is a mechanical engineer and I work in a famous factory. She went back to study to be a master's degree. Japan.
Kenya. Grace Bogle. She's 25 years old and she's from Kisumu. She attends the Faculty of Biology because her dream is to become a biologist and preserve the fauna and flora of Kenya. Her great passion for nature and animals led her to work as a forest ranger in the Masai Mara Reserve, where she found herself in close contact with even dangerous animal species, such as lions or snakes of all kinds with the aim of fighting the poaching and the economic activity that sees the places of his beautiful land exploited. Kenya.
Kosovo. Manjola Rexa. She's 24 years old and she's from Pristina. Manjola is passionate about health and wellness, enjoys trying out new recipes, and has a deep curiosity about the world. She works as a graphic designer, focusing on creating visually appealing and meaningful designs. Manjola is pursuing a master's degree in visual arts, specializing in digital design at the University of Pristina. She loves traveling and discovering new cultures. Kosovo.
Laos. Ananong Hosenbach. She's 27 years old, and she's from Luang Prabang. She is a nursing student. She is passionate about helping others, dedicating herself to her community, and caring for patients as a nursing assistant. In addition to her healthcare career, she advocates for girls' education in rural areas and is fluent in Lao and English. Laos.
Latvia. Olympia Putita. She's 22 years old and she's from Riga. She graduated from the New York Institute of Technology with a specialization in human resource management. She comes from a performing family, including her mother and sisters, both actresses. After competing in the Miss Sim Universe 2024, she plans to start her acting career outside of Latvia. Latvia.
Lebanon. Adeline Zaytan. She's 27 years old and she's from Tegan. She likes arts. She studied laws and she graduated with honors. She is the older of the family. She has a group of friends who helps to collect toys and food for poor children and seniors. Her dream was to be in Miss Sim Universe when she was a little girl. Lebanon.
Lithuania. Vika Jasimska. She's 21 years old and she's from Vilnius. Vika is studying at the Faculty of Creative Industries in Vilnius Gedimino Technikos Universitas, and she is currently working at the clothes store as a sales advisor and a freelance model. She loves animals and wants to have a shelter for abandoned animals and victims of abuse. Vika is a girl who suffers from albinism. Although she never felt ashamed of her condition, when she was a child she was bullied by her classmates for her appearance and the care her family gave her. Lithuania. Ireland. Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Kenya, Kosovo, Laos, Latvia, Lebanon, and Lithuania.
Malaysia. Salma Megan. She's 25 years old and she's from Kuala Lumpur. She likes to travel around different countries taking pictures of birds. She is a professional model and social communicator. Social communicator from the University of Jakarta. She likes to drink cucumber juice every morning for perfect skin. Malaysia.
Mexico. Victoria Mendoza. She's 24 years old and she's from Los Altos, Jalisco. Fresh out of a veterinary degree, Victoria never imagined competing in an international beauty pageant. She was always a fan of contests, but she did not see herself competing in one. It was not until her friends convinced her to enter the national contest, without imagining that she would be the winner. Mexico.
Mongolia. Sansarma Bayarsi. She's 18 years old and she's from Hubd. She studied marketing and advertising. Since she was little, she loved social networks. She is very sure that the best way to exploit social networks is through what you like to do for the good benefit of working, and this has driven her to soon have a clothing micro-business and be able to give jobs to others. She likes sales and loves surfing. Mongolia.
Morocco. Yueli Zaidi Escobar. She's 26 years old and she's from Fez. She is in sports lover. She was part of the Olympic archery team. She is a model and professional athlete. She has represented her country in different international competitions. She is a graduate of marketing. A curious facts about her. She has represented Morocco in different sports competitions and beauty pageants. Morocco.
Myanmar. Maya Bandaran. She's 23 years old and she's from Yangon. Maya Thandarong is a passionate advocate for cultural preservation and women's empowerment in Myanmar. Her dedication to social causes, combined with her grace and determination, makes her a prominent figure in her community. Myanmar.
Namibia. Shia Clerk. She's 20 years old and she's from Windhoek. She is a student of hospitality and tourism. She loves going to those beautiful places that we have in her nation. She would like to become Minister of Tourism because she feels that her country has not been known by the rest of the world as a natural paradise. She would love to share with the tribes of her country and get to know each culture that exists in her country. Namibia.
Nepal. Sagrika Thapa. She's 26 years old and she's from Kathmandu. She enjoys blogging about her daily life, travel experiences, and sharing insights on legal issues to educate her audience. She is a lawyer, specializing in human rights and advocating for justice in her community. She studied law, with a focus on human rights and social justice, and continues to stay updated with ongoing legal education. Nepal.
Netherlands. Marjolien Holleman. She's 21 years old and she's from Amsterdam. She is very happy to share a little more about herself. She loves to sing and go with her family or friends to karaoke. She loves numbers, and she's studying 2 majors, pure mathematics and quantum physics. She is a lover of bicycle rides, and even more so because we are the bicycle capital of the world. Netherlands.
Nicaragua. Valentina Dorn. She's 22 years old, and she's from Managua. She is an agro-industrial engineer. I help small and medium-sized businesses with advice on how to add value to their products. Her family is mostly women, and I am happy to have grown up in a humble family, but rich in values and principles. Since she was a child, she had to work, and she believed that this helped her to be the woman that she is today. Nicaragua.
Nigeria. Imwabuna. She's 22 years old and she's from Lagos. She is currently enrolled in her local university studying photography, as she and her family have a long lineage of photographers. She was also a former gymnastics competitor, and she still enjoys acrobatics to this day. Nigeria.
Malaysia. Mexico. Mongolia. Morocco. Myanmar. Namibia. Nepal. Netherlands, Nicaragua, and Nigeria. Pakistan. Myra Siddiqui. She's 25 years old and she's from Karachi. Myra works as a human rights activist, specializing in advocating for women's rights and social justice in Pakistan. She is currently pursuing a master's degree in human rights law at Karachi University. Pakistan.
Panama. Veronica Delgado. She's 21 years old and she's from Panama City. Veronica is a very active person. She enjoys playing various sports ranging from track and field to basketball. She aims to become a sports physician one day and help her fellow athletes bring their bodies to their full potential. Veronica is currently studying nursing at the University of Panama. Panama.
Paraguay. Cristina Paredes. She's 21 years old and she's from Canandaigua. She likes singing, dancing, and musical comedy. She studies business engineering and also takes acting classes because she wants to dedicate herself to the performing arts. She studies business engineering. A curious facts about her. She is the first Miss Sims Paraguay from Canandaigua. Paraguay.
Peru. Lisa Torre. She's 22 years old and she's from Lima. She likes to run at night and play sports. She takes care of her grandmother to make a living, apart from working as a radio announcer. She studies teaching. She likes to be a teacher for children and teenagers. She also likes to have her own space and enjoy her friends and take photos for social networks. Peru.
Philippines. Carlina Velarde. She's 22 years old and she's from Baguio. She is currently studying biological sciences, as she have always felt a deep connection to nature and animals. Her dream is to become a skilled biologist, contributing to the preservation of our beautiful environment. Philippines.
Puerto Rico. Graciela Salvador. She's 21 years old, and she's from Guaynabo, from the island of enchantment of Puerto Rico. She is currently enrolled in her local university studying business, as she would love to own her own boutique in the future. She is an avid volleyball player, and she has competed in Puerto Rico with her local team, and she is a lover of many movies. Her favorite genre is action. Puerto Rico.
Romania. Delia Boer. She's 24 years old, and she's from Cluj-Napoca. Delia works as a psychologist, dedicating her career to promoting mental health awareness and providing support to those in need. She is currently pursuing a master's degree in clinical psychology at Babesbulia University. Romania.
Samoa. Rango Maiwenio Multiuleapia. She's 18 years old, and she's from Apia. She works as a model in Australia and studies fashion. She has 5 younger sisters, and in her free time she likes to meditate and travel the world. Samoa.
San Marino. Melissa Parvati. She's 24 years old, and she's from Teramo. Melissa is the third of 4 daughters, and grew up in the town of Teramo. At the age of 9, her parents separated, so he moved with his father to San Marino, where he studied at high school. San Marino.
Singapore. Cassandra Tan. She's 24 years old, and she's from Marina Bay. Cassandra Tan is a passionate and innovative fashion designer from Singapore, dedicated to sustainability and ethical practices. Singapore. Pakistan. Panama. Paraguay. Peru. Philippines. Puerto Rico. Romania. Samoa. San Marino. And Singapore.
South Africa. Lorado Jarvis. She's 23 years old, and she's from Johannesburg. Lorado is a dynamic public speaker and model who is currently studying communications. With a deep passion for engaging with diverse audiences, Lorado excels in both her professional and academic pursuits. South Africa.
South Korea. Kim Mae-jae. She's 19 years old, and she's from Suwon. She's balancing her studies in political marketing with her career as a model from a young age. She always had a passion for politics. Her dream of bridging the divide between North and South Korea, nurturing understanding and compassion in a world that too often prioritizes conflict. South Korea.
Spain. Andrea Muñoz. She's 20 years old, and she's from Almeria. She loves playing polo and spends her weekends on the field honing her skills. She works as a marketing agent, helping brands develop creative strategies to reach their audiences. Spain.
Sri Lanka. Camelia de Silva. She's 19 years old, and she's from Colombo. Being born in Sri Lanka and its proximity to India makes her love dancing and acting. She has participated in 3 Bollywood films as an extra. Her dream is to be a great actress and be the first Sri Lankan woman to win an Oscar winner. Sri Lanka.
Suriname. Chalitsabu Nek. She's 22 years old, and she's from Paramaribo. She is a woman passionate about fashion and culture. Her mother is from the Netherlands and her father is from Suriname. That mix of nationalities makes her in love with culture. She is a lawyer specializing in international humanitarian law. Suriname.
Sweden. Jessica Pelt. She's 20 years old, and she's from Stockholm. Jessica, a scion of a renowned Swedish acting dynasty, is breaking free from her family's shadow. Though she's already a rising star in her own right, her ambition lies behind the camera. Sweden.
Switzerland. Leila Hewitt. She's 22 years old, and she's from Neuchâtel. She went to the University of Zurich and studied psychology. She started with political science, which promoted this idea that she wanted to be a women's rights lawyer. Switzerland.
Tanzania. Sheila Bwari. She's 20 years old and she's from Zanzibar. She works as a makeup artist, a job that allows her to express her creativity while earning enough to support her studies in economics. People often see her as tough and a bit spiky around the edges. Tanzania.
Thailand. Kantira Jones. She's 21 years old and she's from Bangkok. Kantira is model and nursery student. She is passionate about her family and friends. She loves reading and cooking. She loves looking after people. When she was younger, she worked for a charity association helping to raise money for needy children. Thailand.
Tonga. Anna Topa. She's 19 years old and she's from Niue. Anna studies medicine and she wants to be a doctor because when her grandpa was sick she was taking care of him until his last days. She likes modeling and her favorite color is white and red. Tonga.
South Africa. South Korea. Spain. Sri Lanka. Suriname. Sweden. Switzerland. Tanzania. Thailand. And Tonga. Trinidad and Tobago. Rachel Xavier Garrett. She's 24 years old and she's from San Juan. Rachel is a very ambitious and dreamy girl. The second of 3 children, she has always been very proud of her native land. As a child, she took up many sports, but the one that fascinated her most was ice skating. With this sport, Rachel managed to win many national and world championships. Trinidad and Tobago.
Turkey. Nihan Akkush. She's 21 years old and she's from Dogyaka. She is currently studying music in her local university in hopes of becoming a musician in her native country. She is a lover of books and is hopeful that her hobby and her music writing can collide and enhance her dreams of being a well-known musician in Turkey. Turkey.
Turks and Caicos. Charlene Johansson. She's 26 years old and she's from Grand Turk. Charlene is a sea lover. She is studying marine biology. She loves to dive, surf, and swim. She also promotes well-being and respect for the ecosystem of the beaches and the sea to all beach visitors. Turks and Caicos. Ukraine. Alvexis Stefanko Romanov. She's 21 years old and she's from Kiev. She likes to surf and travel to learn about different cultures. She is a social worker in Ukraine. She studied social work. She likes to add spice to everything she eats. She is kind, noble, and good at helping children in the war against Ukraine. Ukraine.
Uruguay. Marisol Marrero. She's 23 years old and she's from Rivera. Marisol grew up in the countryside. Her father is a veterinarian and she developed a love for caring for animals. She also takes advantage of her free time to practice swimming whenever she can. She says that water symbolizes tranquility and helps her to reflect. Uruguay.
USA. Stacy and Cooper. She's 20 years old and she's from Jefferson City. Stacy has a deep love for sports, particularly basketball and track and field, which she has been passionate about since high school. She also enjoys spending her time outdoors, often hiking the scenic trails around Missouri. USA.
U.S. Virgin Islands. Vanya Grant. She's 27 years old and she's from Frederiksted. She works as a hotel receptionist in the U.S. Virgin Islands. She studies philosophy and enjoys reading and modeling in her free time. U.S. Virgin Islands. Uzbekistan. Zarina Abdrakhmanova. She's 18 years old and she's from Tashkent. She is a professional ballet dancer, studies performing arts, and in her free time she enjoys playing the piano. Uzbekistan.
Venezuela. Marina Gutierrez. She's 22 years old, and she's from Caracas. Marina grew up in a family where dance and gastronomy are a tradition. From her father, she learned to make all the typical Venezuelan dishes, and from her mother, she learned to dance, since the sound of the drum runs through her veins. Venezuela.
Vietnam. She's 23 years old, and she's from Hanoi. She likes volleyball, loves playing violin, adores swimming and video games. She started playing video games when she was a very little right after her parents bought her a computer. She never gave up on her dream and started work so hard to be a professional gamer. Vietnam. Trinidad and Tobago. Turkey, Turks and Caicos. Ukraine, Uruguay, USA, US Virgin Islands, Uzbekistan, Venezuela, and Vietnam. And we finished. Oh my God, it was wonderful, don't you think, Ini?
This will be very, very hard for the judges, because all of them look amazing. For our part, it is all, and we will see you so soon for the final show. But before subscribe to our channel, give like and subscribe. And follow us in all our social media. This is Miss Sim Universe 2024 live from Naples, Italy.